when you have a game where like it's not heavily predicated on damage, but it's more like medium risk, medium reward games, in my honest opinion, are the best fighting games because they let you adapt to your opponents on a consistent basis. If you're dying, it's something that Street Fighter 4 did, but it's weird in terms of rewards in Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 4's rewards are kind of low, but they give you positional advantages. Whereas so like, I feel like Street Fighter 3 was very medium risk, medium reward. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, you need wiggle room for human error. Like, this is, I feel like, I swear, when this game comes out, I'm gonna end up doing a gigantic case study on this game in comparison to Guilty Gear. Because I can tell you for sure, and no one's gonna want to hear me say it, but like, I feel like this is what Guilty Gear could have been. I mean, this is what Strive should have been, in my opinion, right? In the sense that like, it's medium risk, medium reward. It shouldn't be all risk, fat fucking reward. Like, it shouldn't be that way. But like, Strive's design philosophy is, if you put your hand over fire, your hand's gonna get burned. Therefore, you should learn faster, right? They assume that the newer players are gonna learn faster to not make those same mistakes. When in actuality, like, even though you want them to get a mass majority of games, I think also the quality of your games matter too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be able to play the game and be able to learn something. But I feel like if you die so fast, there's nothing to learn. It's just, well, you just learn. The only thing you learn is not to get hit that way. And I don't think that that's a bad philosophy, because that's what BB Tag did. And I think BB Tag's player base got good really quickly because of it. But you have 2 characters. Strive, you only get 1, and you get 2 rounds. You know? And on those 2 rounds that you have to win, obviously. In two rounds you have to win. You have to basically be smart about it. And you can't always outplay damage. That's always gonna be my thing about like that game. Outplaying damage is not easy to do. And it's still, to me, a very tall task, and it's a big problem that was in Street Fighter 5. Like, outplaying damage. See, Street Fighter 5 was like, you have to outplay big damage and crush counter buttons and V-trigger. So like, I was getting my ass beat, no problem. Let me amplify everything that makes this game ridiculous right here. Like, Irian is like a prime example of that. Irian be getting his ass beat. Well, I had this badass low forward. Did you get hit? Well, that sucks. Aegis! Did you block it? Doesn't matter. Aegis! It's like, alright, cool. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I'm a Urian fanboy, straight up. But even I have to admit that's kind of OD. And he has high HP. Still a good character even now, even though he got nerfed. But still, like, you don't want to. I feel like, I can't stress enough, I think that's something Tekken does really well, though. I think Tekken's ability to outplay people is good. Like, the system's bare bones enough to where everyone has the same options, give or take. It's just whose kit is better in terms of like conversions, right? But on a base level, like, Tekken, I think, does a good job of like exemplifying the outplay potential. But it's easier to get the dub by having better options. And like, if your generic options are good, then there's no, I won't say there's no reason, but like, your rewards are just different, you know? Well, you literally have 90% of your tools at round start. Only thing missing is supers. Yeah. My favorite thing about Street Fighter 6, obviously for me in particular, is like the meter management and the technicality behind the game. Like, you gotta have footsies, but you gotta be good with your moves. You gotta be good at the system. Like, there's a lot of check boxes. So I've been saying this about the game. I think from a video game standpoint, it's great, and I think from a competitive standpoint, there will be a divide in players. Period. There's no two ways about it. There's gonna be a divide in skill levels, for sure. Complete divide, because meter management is going to be a skill. That's going to be one of the hardest skills in this game to master. And even then, I think what's good about that is that the ceiling for mastering your drive gauge is high, and that's good enough for me. Like, I'm glad that the supers are separate, because you can do stuff when you're fatigued to get your bar back. You know, like, the more I look at this game's design philosophy, I'm like, it makes sense. I think season 1 is probably going to be really good with some hiccups, and I think halfway through the season they'll probably fix some of the hiccups, and then season 2, I think they're going to have, dare I say it, an amazing game on their hands come season 2. And I could be speaking too prematurely here, but like, the way, from what I've played so far and everything I've seen, the game just feels like it's going to be something special. It doesn't feel like doesn't just feel like, oh, it's another Street Fighter. It feels like, damn, there's a lot to do, from single player to all that stuff. It's just, I can see it. Like, I think the potential for the game is high from all levels. So yeah, that's all I got, bro. Street Fighter 6 looking great.